Toronto Mayor Olivia Chow is here. It's nice to see you.
Good morning.
So let's talk budget. And, 2.2% tax increase in line with inflation. So that's eminently sellable, I think. Because I've pored over this document, and I have to say, normally a lot of things would be red flags to me. It's actually a fairly, if I may say so, banal document.
There's many ways to describe it. Thank you for reading through the document. As we speak, there are parents that are getting up in the morning and thinking, okay, what am I packing for my kids' lunch? And we want to help out people with the high cost of grocery. And by bulk purchasing, say, apples or bananas and cheesesteaks and little yogurt, we're able to contribute in lowering the cost of everyday families in their groceries, how much they buy, right? If you don't have kids, you take TTC. Again, the fares hasn't gone up for 3 years. That's lowering the cost. So for families, it's about $1,200. So you will see in this document right through places where we save homeowners by providing low-cost financing on heat pumps, rebates. And if your furnace is old, don't replace your furnace with a furnace. Replace it with a heat pump, because it's about the same amount after all the tax deduction and all that, all the low-cost financing, because your energy bill is going to come down dramatically. So the document is full of things that are not huge, but it adds up to help. Even a rain barrel, okay, it's not a lot of money, but hey, sump pump, batteries for the sump pump, all of that to help flood prevention. So, it's about trying to make life a bit affordable, because it's tough for some families. It's just so expensive.
If you turn your head, you can probably hear Jerry Agar yelling from down the hall.
Oh, so what's he saying?
I'll channel him.
Please do.
I fully appreciate that the things you're talking about represent a different vision of what the role of government is. But the Jerry Agars of the world, and to some degree me as well, will say, why is it up to government to buy us a sump pump or a rain barrel? Why is it up to government to feed our kids?
Well, because we don't pay for 100%. We help you with 80%, okay? Because if your basement flood, it is going to cost us money in the city of Toronto, because all your keepsakes in the basement are going to be gone. And some of the homeowners can't even get insurance, okay? Now, there's one piece in it. I hope Jerry understand why it's important, is homemaker services for seniors, okay? Because sometimes if you have to have a knee replacement, you can't walk around, you can't clean, you can't go shopping. We come in we as in the homemaker services, the city provides some support. Right now, the waiting list is 3 years. 3 years to get a little bit of help at home, so you can age in dignity, really, at home. So it's saving a lot of money, because then you don't have to go to a long-term care home, or that you don't get stuck in the hospital because there's no one to help you out when you get home.
Right. So it's upstreaming.
Absolutely. And I think seniors, after contributing so much, they deserve to be independent, to live in dignity in their homes, and be safe and secure. So a lot of the things that in this budget that I've added on is for seniors, because let's face it, I'm in that category, and 1 in 5 of us are seniors, or will be. So
I hope we'll all be seniors. But let me play you, perhaps not surprisingly, Brad Bradford, your only declared opponent at the moment for mayor, talking about your budget and how it dips into reserve funds.
The only way to introduce an inflationary budget like she has, which I think is desirable. I think that's the world where you want to be in. It's certainly better than 9.5. But she did that by rating the reserve accounts, that's the rainy day fund, to the tune of $500 million, $512 million. And that's a one-time ticket that she is able to cash. but she's really kicking the financial can down the road. And, people are going to be shocked that when that bill comes due next year, that's equivalent of a 10.5% tax hike to fill that hole.
Okay, so 2.2%, great, but you're digging into reserves, the rainy day fund, and you're effectively, as he said, kicking the can.
Well, he's wrong. It's because if you listen to the chief financial officer, no political, and our budget chief, I'm sure Shirley Carroll has been here on my seat talking about her budget, right? And it was her budget, now my budget, and both of them, no political desire whatsoever, I don't think, basically said there's no new changes on how we treat our reserves compared to prior years. We have a big winter maintenance reserve, for example, snow reserve, right? Not touching it. We have reserves that are locked in to do the things it's supposed to do. There's no change in it. One thing, though, that I think Councillor Bradford forgot to say is because I spent 2 years fixing the city budget when I first came on. It was $1.8 billion shortfall. Our credit rating for the first time in 23 years have gone up to AA+. And that's important, right? Which means that we save money when we go out to the bond market. And we are saving money by consolidating some of the services. The Toronto Parking Authority, for example, is now brought in-house. That's saving each year 35 million. So we have done tough work to save money, and that money is not just 1 year, it's every year, in order to, not raise TDC fares, open the library 7 days a week, support seniors, support homeowners, and really helping out small businesses. We're giving them a tax cut, the 5% tax cuts. All of that is making life more affordable.
Is the criticism, though, legit that come next year, if you are still the mayor, or it doesn't matter, whoever the mayor may be, without dipping into the reserves, we now have a grosso modo top line on the budget that we have to meet, ergo there would have to be a bigger tax increase next year?
No, because our opening shortfall is exactly the same. Now, we've managed to, because of the new deal with the provincial government, I want to thank Premier Ford again, being able to upload the gardener and upload the VP.
Right.
That saves us billions of dollars.
Our state of good repair budget, as Ben Spur accounts in the Star, is terrible.
No. It's actually much better. He said there's a lot more to do.
Right.
But TDC, for example, which has the biggest spending in terms of state of good repair, they got last year $500 million, historic. They have never received that much in order to fix their tracks and their signals. And people are saying, like, on the weekend, why is it that line 2 is closed? Well, because we need to fix it. Yes, I know, but we have to fix the tracks, and we don't have enough time during the little bit of time every night from midnight, 2 to 4 or 5 a.m. We have to fix. And the reason why we have to close it is in order to fix it. If we don't fix it now, it's going to fall apart. So the tracks and the signals and the state of good repair and TDC, we are doing tremendous amount of work. You've noticed that the stations are cleaner, they are brighter, they are better. It's not perfect, but they are getting better. And that's because of the money we put in through the new deal.
We're going to have to break for traffic in just a second, but there is a longer conversation to be had. But quick question for you. Are you able to confirm whether or not the Crosstown is going to open on Sunday?
TTC board meeting is happening today, this morning, so just hang tight. It is penciled in but it will change. It will penciled in my calendar that February 8th have been penciled for quite a while now. You've heard Premier Ford and me both saying, hey, we would love to have it in February 8th. But is it ready? I will leave that to the the engineers and when they say it's safe, we're opening it. So it's up to TDC to make the final declaration.
And I know you laughed yesterday, but this will be the third time you've been in my studio in the last few months, and I'm going to ask you one more time. Are you running for mayor next fall?
I don't know the next fall, but October, right?
Yeah.
This
You know the election date. For Pete's sake.
Yeah, something like that. This is February 3rd. We are so far away. A normal provincial federal election is, 36 days? Why are people so obsessed with this?
Well, it's about the roadmap ahead. I mean, Brad Bradford's already running. John Tory is thinking of running. So it becomes very material whether or not you're committed to running.
Well, I'm committed in making sure that our residents of Toronto have a life that is affordable. Safe. I just want to point two quick things, okay?
All right. You're not answering my question, though.
But hang on a second. I want to tell the seniors that earned less than $62,000, there's quite a few of them, that we have a senior tax exemption cancellation programs. Call 311 to check to see whether you qualify, because I've been trying to get that number, like that salary, I have notched it up. It used to be lower, and every year I've notched it up. So more and more seniors, thousands and thousands of seniors, can do the cancellation, so they don't have to pay the extra. I just want to make sure put that out.
Sure.
There. One more thing, because people are really concerned about crime, safety. We are hiring. We're hiring hundreds and hundreds of police officers, paramedics, firefighters, mental health workers. So anyone that want to have a career in it, especially if you live in the city of Toronto, we want you to apply, because every second week I'm going to yet another graduation, and they are so proud of themselves. They are young, they're energetic. It's great to see these frontline first responder out in the street.
Okay, but
keeping us safe.
My question was, are you running?
Why are you so obsessed with the only person that I heard that are out there talking about election is Councillor Bradford? So why don't we focus on things that matter to people? If you go out on the street and ask them, do you think TDC should have better services? It's now, the subway is coming 1 minute faster than last year. Rather than waiting for 3.5 minutes, you're waiting for 2.5 minutes, much faster. Is that matter? Is that important? They'll say, yeah. Is the city election matter to you? Say, what? Huh?
Although it matters, I think. Like I said, it's the roadmap. All right, so if you weren't running, is Brad Bradford a worthy mayor?
How about we talk about what people are talking about?
Lots of people are talking about this.
I'll leave it to the pundit and the journalist to be so obsessed with something. How many months? February, March, April, May, June. Whoa, that's hang on. That's 8 months? Is it 7 or 8 months? Good Lord, right? I think there may even be a federal election between now and then. That's what people are talking about in the spring.
Right.
Well, spring has to come, summer has to come, then the fall comes. But at the meantime, did you see our latest news? I was able to persuade the premier to lend us those gigantic big trucks, the ministry trucks, because in 2021, the snow contract that was signed at that time before I was here was clearing the snow but not removing the snow.
Right.
Okay? I thought, wait a second, that doesn't make sense. You clear the snow, you shuffle it all over the place, you have to remove it. The contract did not include it. So I've been this whole time trying to figure out how I could do better snow removal. So it's working quite well. But we don't have all the big machines and all of that. So I called up the premier and said, hey, you signed a contract, much smarter. You actually clear the snow and then remove the snow. So you actually have machines that are ready for it. Can you give us a hand? And he said, yes. So Saturday night and Sunday, they have removed about 200 loads of snow. This is the Ministry of Transportation, Ontario. And they are out there helping us out, which is great.
Our friend Brian Lilly was grousing on social media this morning about the snow removal. Are you satisfied with how this latest snow removal operation has unfolded?
Well, given that we didn't even have it in the contract in the first place, let me tell you, 300 volunteers, okay? They are civil servants. They usually pick up our garbage, keep our water clean, water services folks, different, all through.
They're out shoveling.
They volunteered their work in order to keep our city clean and remove the snow. Let me tell you, I want to thank them because they don't have to do that. They must be proud of their city to do that. And that is that civic pride that our public servants are stepping up. And I love it because that is everybody coming together, helping out their neighbors. This is what our city is all about, a caring city. And I'm seeing it in front of me. I said, can we do better? We can always do better. Next time when the contracts come up for renewal, guarantee you it will have snow removal in it. I don't know how they missed it, but hey, those contracts lock us in. And some of the machines that were purchased previously are breaking down. So we're buying new machines. We are renewing different contracts that have snow removal. And this year, I think this big storm, by and large, the city have been doing quite well.
Thank you for this. It's good to see you again.
Thank you.